Hello everybody, this is Sonia. Now I come on here now to show you my next journal for my Etsy. I finished this one and it is a sewing theme. A bit flustered because my husband went up the street to buy the groceries and couldn't get a taxi to come back home for 25 minutes, so now he's trying to walk home and carry them. So that's not good. Okay, so I'll do this. All right. Now, I've made this out of file folder. Actually, no. It's actually out of a really heavy piece of cardstock, and then it's got fabric on the outside, which is a furnishing fabric. And then I've got the back of the spine covered with this nice piece of lacy stuff, and then I've put on, hang on, I'll take this off, I've got a tie of a nice ribbon, and I made it so it won't take away from the decoration. So I've fastened that on there with another piece of what's the name, well, I have, and there's a bit lifted up there, but I will stick that back down. I'll do that right this minute because I don't want to not do that, because that would not be good, would it? So yeah, so I was a bit flustered because I've been waiting now for more than half an hour to do this. And now I've got myself into a state, and so I rang him because he wasn't back, and then I rang the call centre for the taxis, and they said that they had a 25-minute wait. Well, he'd already been there for a really long time. But anyway, so now he's walking home, so he'll be exhausted by the time he gets here. But anyway, so I want to do this and get it done before he gets home. So anyway, so this is a nice piece of organza ribbon that I've got. It's got a nice trim along it. I put this piece of this doily on. It's a vintage, well, it is a really old piece of doily. I don't know how old we've got to be called vintage, but that's what that is. And this is actually the trim that somebody's crocheted around the outside of a doily, and I cut that off. Stuck the butterfly there. Put one of these clips on here that I made yesterday, the paper clips. I didn't hang anything on the back because I think that they get in the way a bit. I don't know. That's just my way. Now, it is a little bit skew with because it's got more stuff. Look at that. Oh, I did put a lot of stuff in it, and there's more in the top, as you can see, than what there is in the bottom, because mostly the things are in the top, and therefore, so this is there's a disclaimer on the fact that it is a bit skew with, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's just got more things in there than what it is the other way. So, but anyway, I'm sure whoever gets it will love it, because I do. Now, I've been working on it, painstakingly now for ever, feels like. So, in the first page here, we have, let me see if I get this in the right place. I've got a little sticker on there that I put on so you could write there, it was your name, or I have one of these book plates. Now you can use that in there if you want to. I haven't stuck it in my card. And then I've made these journaling cards out of, I bought a book on antiques and the value of them, and these pictures from postcards was in there, so I thought I'd have that and use that. So that was really good, isn't it? Now you can stick that little thing in there if you want to or not. It doesn't really matter. Okay? And, so I'll put some of that lace across the top there just to finish that off a bit. Okay, so on this side I have shown you this before, but we're going to just go through it quickly because for those people that haven't seen it, I'll just the right page. I have the scissors, okay, and I have buttons on a card that I made a while back. And just put that piece of that I got out of one of the old sewing books, and then I cut out this there with the needles, and I just made that little bit of a gathering of stuff and a little rabbit on the bottom. Over the other side, we have a piece of applique embroidery, a piece off a doily, and in that I have a tag that I made for a journaling card, and there's actually a postcard in there, and that's got a piece of fabric on that. So most of the pages have got something that's actually helping them to be a lot sturdier than they would be if they didn't have. And this here I've made so it's a little bit looser than what it would be. I'll put bit of paper behind that, a little bit of a tape measure piece. I'll put the ladies on there, bit of tulle behind that, and made that card there. Now, this is actually, you can see the roses really little bit through there, that piece of paper, somewhere to write, finally. And then there's this other thing, a piece of paper here that I've actually got for journaling, and I put a little bit of a embellishment on that, okay. It's not you. I really enjoyed making this. Made that out of pattern paper, and I've got the Queen on there, and there's a bit of washi tape, and there's some what's name tape, and there's a brad and a piece of flour. And this one here, I've got a ticket thing on there that I made, and it's with the brads, but the brads are not actually holding it on there. It is actually glued on there, but I probably didn't glue under where the brads are. See, well, you can do that, use that for a tuck spot there, because I don't know why I didn't put glue under there, but I didn't, and I think that can be a little tuck where you can put something down in there if I could find something. If I could find something. I need to be able to get hold of something without the whole world falling down on top of me. Really? Can't I find a piece of a tag or something? You'd have thought I'd got this started earlier, wouldn't you? Okay, here we go. So you can put something under that, right? So that's that there. There's the other side of that one. I made this tag. Thought it might have been a bit big, so I thought I'd use it for a tuck spot. So that's that one. You know, I enjoyed making that too. That was really cool. I've made it out of things from old books and sticker that I got. And I just put a little bit of tag on there. This one here I've made, and I was going to put the string around here on the sewing machine, but I didn't because I'd had more glue than string. So, and that's like the piece of fabric that you're gathering up in it, okay? That's your imagination. Right, now I've got this one here. This is an alteration ticket that I've got, and I've just put a ticket under there with... Excuse me, I'm sorry. Too fast, swallowing wind. I think it's what it is. It does it to me all the time, doesn't it? Okay, I'm just going to trim that off the bottom. It looks a little bit daggy. I have a mouthful of water. I'm sorry about this, but I need to top up here for... I hope to have this in my Etsy as soon as I put this up there. So this is a piece of a, this is a spool. It's got a copy of that out of something. Don't know. Bare pages, goodness me. So here I've made another pocket out of a, this is actually out of a catalogue that had stamps in it. And this is the part of the stamp, you know, like this is the pitch that you would see, and this is a piece that's folded up here, and I've made it a little tiny bit old, just dressed it a tiny bit and put some little scissors on it and little bits and pieces on there, and there's a piece of tape across the bottom. And over the other side we have the zipper pocket, which works really well, you know. I haven't got it down because that hangs down the bottom, but you can do that. I'm scared it's going to get pulled off there before it's done. I put the lady on there, and I made this nice flower. This is a flip up, been replaced from another one that I didn't like. Butterfly, a paper clip that I made, and some journaling space and some squares, and a piece of the washi tape that I made out of carpet tape. This one here you can open up and journal in then, and you can tie that back up again. A little secret pocket there. You could probably put something in it if you wanted to. And I put a little envelope thing down the bottom. Okay, now this one here's got nothing much on it because I wanted to leave a little bit of space. Okay, so but you can journal in amongst that anyway, I reckon. So it just flips over. Now this has got something in it, like it's got a tag in there that somebody sent me, and I think that was Pam. And then I've left the envelope so you can put something on that yourself, and I've got that page and that page. Now I've put this underneath here. You can take it out, you can leave it there. It's underneath this clip, and there's another thing there, and this opens up and you can write in there. Okay, now this beautiful paper that I put down the side of this is actually a piece of wrapping paper that I got somewhere. Don't know where, I got a hold of it the other day. And so there's another piece of something that you can do something with yourself. Journaling space, Fox, and this is on fabric, been printed off. More spaces for writing. It's a paper centre I've left empty. And then I made this little zipper button busy thing. And I've put the tag behind, the journaling tag behind there. It's been made on a, you know, them pieces of card you get. It'll come to me in a minute, I haven't had lunch yet. Okay, so there's another one of those journaling tags, and it's fastened on with these teeny weeny little bull clips. Okay, so more places to write. And here we have the thing that I made. Was a sewing kit in there that I did, and I think it's right, I don't quite know. And I hope that Mum is not coming to the door with me to sign something, because I won't be very happy at all, because I cannot turn this off. Okay, so this has been one of those things you put on your clothes, and I've made it into a paper clip. Okay, now this is actually off a postcard that I have, and I photocopied it and put it in there, and then that was out of also out of that book, that postcard, and I just turned it into a postcard. Now this here is where I used a different sort of glue. It made it a little bit, but not bad. It just made it a little bit stiff, I found. So anyway, but I've got this little piece of fabric over here. I don't know what for, but I'll put that bit of writing up there, because I do like to use a bit of something. And this is the other side of the envelope, and in there's a little booklet. See, it goes in there. Okay, and this is I turn that flip out thing, and there's my koala bear crazy patch thing I made. Okay, here's another crazy patch thing I made. This here I got off an apron at Vinnie's one day, and I just picked it off. And this is just a envelope inside the bag that I made out of pattern paper. There's one of those things I make. I love those, and then I'll just put that on there just to reinforce it a tiny bit. A lot of the pages have got trims down. You can see that by looking at the end. More bits for journaling on. In here I've made a couple of pockets here so you can put stuff down in them, and there's journaling space on that, and you can use that for if you want to journal on that one as well. And I've made just a little gathering of stuff. Okay, now that's the next page. Now this is the other side of the envelope, and I wanted to keep the integrity of this here thing. I wanted to be able to see that still, see, so I sort of stick that down. I put a dress on there that I cut out of a piece of fabric that I got. This is washi tape. And I think that looks pretty, and you just can write around that, and you still got this nice piece of doily there, because I bought those square ones. And this is a tuck spot that I made, and I just put a bit of stuff there. I made one of these patches. It's got a little Del Monte on the top. Then I pinned on this sewing machine, and more empty pages. Then I've got this one here that's got this button card that I did, and that's a tag or journaling part that you can move about if you want to. It's got a pin there. Here's another one of these pattern pockets that I did, and I put a press stud on that. I love the idea of the press stud. Put the press stud on there, bit of washi tape, stamp, stitched it around, put a little bit of ink on it. I made this little piece out of the thing that I cut out, and here is the zipper in the back, and it just goes open like so, and you can put something in there because there is nothing in there. Okay, now I suppose eventually things wear down on stuff, so therefore when you want to journal and you want it to look old, I guess it will over the years, won't it, after a while? That's what I'm looking at, because I don't make much things that look that old anyway, because it's really not easy for me. But anyway, so it's I could say it was a bit of a junk journalish sort of thing, couldn't I? Maybe. Anyway, hubby's home. Thank you for watching, and my Etsy shop will be down the bottom of the underneath this. Okay, so thank you everybody for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Bye bye.